and welcome back to another episode of the Parent Cafe podcast. My name is Allie,
And I'm Sarah.
and today we are talking about parenting fails,
Woo woo!
which is super fun. Who doesn't love to just reminisce about all the times that they've just been a terrible parent?
Oh no, because we're all perfect angel parents that have never failed.
No,
Allie, never.
never.
Just kidding.
My parents, especially, never.
Never.
Yes. But I just want to start with something that kind of made me giggle. So we just put up some polls on our Instagram about like, have you ever failed? And
Yeah.
the first one, because I found a hilarious photo, like as soon as you Google parenting fails, the first photo that comes up is like this one of people like throwing their children during a photo shoot because it's
Oh,
supposed to look like they're swinging them, and I think it just got out of control.
she just dropped them.
Yeah, I did read into the story though when I found the picture, and both children were fine. They just
Okay,
got dropped.
that's good to know.
Yeah, they just got dropped in the sand. Um,
Kids bounce.
but 60% of everybody on our pages dropped their child, so that's a good percent of people.
Hmm.
I would even say like dropped your child. I guess the height is relative, right? Like
Yeah.
some people consider drops pretty low to the ground too.
Okay, that's true. I consider it like depending on the age, I guess,
Hmm.
like how high they can fall. Like Abby literally just fell off a chair yesterday because she just leaned over too far. But we have a
Yeah.
bar height table.
Ooh. A little
So,
higher.
but that's not the first time either.
Was
So
she
it's
fine?
been, she looked around
Oh.
to see if she was fine.
Ah,
That's
she
where
wanted
you
a
get it.
reaction.
She wanted a reaction. That's where she gets it.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I just like instantly like, oops, that was fun.
Yeah.
And she's just like, okay.
All
Like
right.
she's still like scared, but like she didn't cry.
She's like,
But
I
like
get as much.
usually, like
Yeah.
if I would have been like, oh my god, she would have bawled
Yes.
because it definitely hurt. Like it was not a smooth fall, but yeah, like she's multiple times off of that chair.
And the 40%
Uh,
that said never, yeah, right.
or they just consider it different,
Yeah, like to me,
like
when
a
I
regular
say
fall. Like,
dropped your child, I don't know if I necessarily think that that would only apply to like you're holding on to them and then they fall or you like let
mhm,
them go. I'd say like if they were sitting on a counter and fell down, or like
yeah,
you had them on your lap and they
out of
fell
the
down
bed,
out of the
like out of
bed,
your bed
your
or
bed, yeah,
something.
just like close to you falls, it's
Yeah.
kind of your fault. Your reflexes weren't fast enough, Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, Abby's fallen off of our bed too. Like I think she was like 6 months. I was like getting ready to go to a wedding and like getting her dressed, and she just like rolled off. Like she was always fine, and then one day it was just like, bam, you're on the floor. And like, of course, when I'm like
of
in a
course,
rush and hurrying, and yeah, obviously my fault.
yep. She
She
was
was
just
fine.
ready. She was ready to experience that one.
Yeah.
The next one was forgot your child somewhere, home, school, store, like forgot them. This is actually funny because I feel like this happens so often, but people hate admitting this because it's like the ultimate, like you can get in so much trouble nowadays, right? But I feel like
Yeah.
when we were kids, it was
Oh,
like,
it was
it
like
was still
it,
funny.
I think it's funny, like for sure, as long as they're in like a safe place,
Yeah.
then it's funny. Like you forget them at school, you know they're okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, school's a
Okay.
special case, but I feel like
Yeah.
public places, it gets less and less funny. Like
It's
there's a lot of Karens
yeah.
out there that would be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you left your child at Walmart."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Mm." But yeah,
I
so
did
I
that.
mean, 40% admitted more often than I'd like. Yes, they left their child. 60% did not.
Oh. 60% said no.
Hmm.
I haven't left Abby anywhere, but she's only 2. So, like, I mean, I got lots of time left.
Yeah. You'll leave her.
But and I can imagine with multiple kids, it could happen. Like,
Actually.
one, I can see her, like, I know she's there, but, like,
Hmm.
with a couple, like, you might miscount.
We did get a
Like,
text.
some Home Alone.
We did get a text about that. And then, I mean, I have a story about that. I feel like I've shared it before because I think it's traumatized me the most in my life.
Oh, I don't remember it, so you'll have to tell it again.
Okay. So this is the text we got in. When my kids were little, we decided to get a new puppy, which is, I mean, responsibilities for kids. I get it. We used to spend a lot of time at the dog park because it was hard to round everybody up for walks. So letting the dog run around was easier, and the kids did some running around too. After
Yeah.
about an hour of play, I packed everyone up and headed home. After a 10-minute drive, parked in the driveway, and as I was helping my oldest, I realized the car seat was empty. Oops. I I had to make my way to the dog park, and thankfully my toddler was still playing under the bench.
Just right
Well,
where you left him.
they were obviously hiding, like
Yes, yep.
clearly just like
Oh my
under a bench.
god.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you've got a dog and like a couple kids, and the thing
You
with a toddler is they're running on their own, so you're
Yeah.
like, okay, Jimmy, like let's
Come on in.
go,
Yeah.
hop on in, and they're like, able to crawl in and stuff. So if your mind is like trying to like wrangle a little dog. I almost said strangle. Don't strangle your dog.
Don't just wrangle them. No strangling,
But like
please.
wrangling a puppy into a car, like especially if you're teaching them, like up, okay, come on, up, and
Yeah.
then your mind's probably like, okay, I've already buckled Jimmy in,
Yeah.
and
Oh
get in the
yeah.
car and drive.
Yeah, that's where I totally think it is. You're just busy. You're trying to get everyone in. You're getting this like, "Oh, where's the leash? Where's this? I got to get through this gate. Got to get into the car. I see someone coming." Blah blah blah. Like
Yes,
your mind is just everywhere and
yes.
then you just like leave because it's just
Hmm.
like habit.
Yeah, I think
But
especially
she
too.
went back.
Yeah, she did. She did.
So
She
that's
realized.
good.
I mean, it's actually good that she didn't have any other stops along the way because it's like, okay, but where did I leave them?
That's true.
Yeah. Also, I mean, going back and them being in the same place, like,
But she had a 10-minute drive home. I'm sure that's like traumatizing for like a parent, right? Like
well,
10 minutes, you're like, what can they do in that
that's
10
10 minutes
minutes?
one way.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to go 10 minutes back. Like I would be like flooring it.
Yeah.
Like I don't
I'm
even
sure the
care.
drive, yeah, the drive back was probably 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was definitely a lot faster.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I couldn't.
This is where I feel like those little trackers that you can get for like a dog's collar would be super handy for kids.
Oh yeah. Like okay, they're going towards this.
Yeah,
I will
like a little
find them.
GPS. Yeah.
I think I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, when like Abby's old enough, like I feel like if I give her a phone, I'm putting a tracker on it.
Well, that's what
Like I
people
know
do
where
with
you
their
are.
kids now. It's the Snapchat app, and they just check the map.
Oh,
And
but
it's
can't
just,
they turn that off?
they can, but I mean, you have to then have a conversation with your kid. Like, you don't
Like this
turn your
stays on.
Snap. Yeah, yeah. If you turn your
Yeah.
Snap map off, then we're not friends anymore, and I take your phone away.
Oh, I would just be like, if she's not answering me, I'll be like find iPhone and like
Mm,
just dinging
mm-hmm,
her until
mm-hmm.
she like calls me back or something.
Well, do you know those like Apple has those trackers now that they released for new?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you could put those. They're meant for like keys, luggage, backpack, whatever.
Children,
But
whatever. But it would be good like to stick it on a kid's backpack so
mm-hmm,
you do know where that they're going. Like
yeah,
if they are a
or
wanderer or runaway or something like that.
when you like your kids old enough to kind of like walk around on their own, you give them like a
Yeah.
lanyard with their house key.
Yeah.
You could even like
Yeah.
stick it on that, and then they have that around their neck. I
They
feel
have
like,
them already. They're called like tiles, and I got them for
oh
Brandon
yeah,
for
yes,
his.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think the Apple one is more like you can actually track it a lot better. Like
The
this one, you just
Apple,
have to like,
yeah,
yeah,
and the Apple one is on your like Find My iPhone app. So if you have like
yeah,
Find My iPhone and you go in there, all your little trackers are on there too.
yeah. I think that would be very cool, and I think that's so like good for like
Hmm.
safety for kids nowadays.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, good
I
invention, Apple.
right. I thought you were gonna say Allie. I'm like, well, I didn't invent that, but I'll take it. Oh my
Good
gosh.
mention then, Allie.
This one makes me laugh too. We had a message. Um, I'm just a dog mom, but drove away from the lake without my dog. So similar. Actually, this one made me
Yeah.
laugh so hard because I've done this to my dogs on purpose. Because I kind of just want to see if they'll chase the car.
Okay.
It's I mean, does that mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. My dog has anxiety, so yes, she would have a panic attack, thinking we're like we can't even walk out the door without her.
To be fair, to be fair, I do take my dogs on runs where I drive them on back roads
Yes.
and
So they're used to that.
they run next to the car, but I think like it's a different experience and I'm like, okay, let's go. And I like put one dog in and then the other dog's like, wait. But I do that because my younger, like Willow, she has a lot of energy. She needs more running time. And so a lot of times I'll
Mm.
put Lou back in the car and then I know Willow still needs like 20 minutes or she's going to be annoying when we get back.
Yeah.
So she keeps running, but now what I have to do for her is I have to open the window that Lou's sitting on, like that side, so Lou can stick her head out. So then Willow knows, like, okay, she's in there. Because she
Oh,
starts to
okay.
like panic, like, is Lou still running? I can't find her.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't know where she
She's like
is.
looking around, like
Aw.
darting around. So I'm like, okay, I'll open the window and have this
We've
horrible vibrating noise.
we've left like I don't remember if it was Bo or if it was Stella, but we've left them like at someone's house because we just like left, and then we're like, oh yeah, we brought the dog and had to go back. So that's not too bad. Like they were safe at someone's house,
No, that's not
but we've definitely
terrible.
forgot them.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
could be worse for sure.
my my story though, that the one that I think I've said this one before, but it was my story about being left at Walmart.
Oh, I I don't recall it,
Oh,
so just
my
tell me
dad.
again.
I think I was probably like 7 or 8, six, six, between 6 and 8. I can't really remember. But my dad left me at Walmart for hours, like hours.
For
Um,
hours. Was it actual hours or did it just feel like hours?
no, it was actual hours because we got to
Oh.
Walmart like after church, which was like 11 or 12, and then I was there and it was like getting close to closing time. So I can't remember if it was like a holiday and they were closing early because it was like Easter. I can't remember,
Oh, something like that.
but it was a few hours. And I just remember being in the book section and I realized because I ran out of books that I wanted to read. And then I started to like look around. So it was like, this isn't right.
Like,
Like
are mom and dad like coming back? Are they
I
still
read too many
shopping?
books. Yeah. And then I think what ended up happening is my dad went home. My mom didn't notice that he didn't have me because I was an older kid. And I mean, then it was like the end of the 90s. So we were walking around on our own, like the park and like going places.
Yeah.
So my mom didn't really question why I wasn't with him. And then I
Like, oh,
think
she's
like,
at the park or whatever
yeah,
by herself.
I think it was something like my dad started making food or there was a conversation around like what we're having for supper. And then my dad was like, oh, geez, okay, I think I left our daughter at Walmart. And he just went back. And by that point, I was like sitting at the front because I had told someone that like I didn't know where my dad was and they paged him. And I just like sat at the front in customer
Because he
service.
was not coming.
And then yeah, I just sat at customer service for like an hour until he showed up.
Was this like you would have known your phone number, like your home phone number? Like, were
Mm,
you that the kind of age where you would know it? I don't remember when I like
I
learned my
don't
phone number.
remember when I learned my phone number, but I feel like I probably would have known it. But I also feel like I just thought my dad was still in the store, so I didn't really think
You're
he
just
would have
waiting
gone
for him.
home. Yeah. My other
Mm.
thought was like, because my dad at the time only had a pager for work and he didn't carry like a cell phone all the time.
Yeah.
So I knew his pager number, but part of me was just like, well, he probably just like ran to Canadian Tire and he'll be back. Like I had a lot of
It's
faith in my
fine.
parents. Yeah.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
He'll be
But it
back for
like
sure.
sticks out the most. And then I miss like Walmart's book section that they used to have for kids. Like it used to be great. Like it was a whole aisle. and it was like
Oh.
books at kids level, like all over. Just like,
Oh, see, we didn't have a Walmart in our
oh,
town, so I like honestly like barely went to Walmart until I lived here in
mm.
Edson.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
probably why I go there all the time because like I literally like maybe a handful of times in my life I'd been to a Walmart.
Yeah. Now I started like boycotting Walmart unless I absolutely have to go there.
I'm like the opposite just because
I
I'm like,
know.
ooh, it's still thrilling.
I
It's not
know.
really though, but
I just
it
get,
is.
yeah, there's like too much in there. I get distracted. I end up like,
I
I,
get I walk through those doors and I'm like, why am I here?
yeah, I
Like, do you
like,
get that? I don't
yeah,
know what they have in the air.
I don't know. It's something because I go in and I'm like, okay, they sell like a cream that I need to pick up. Like, I just need this one cream and then I need
Yeah.
to get out. And then all of a sudden my cart's full.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I buying this? Like,
Yeah.
or I'm like in the greeting cards buying birthday cards for no one because there's no one's birthday. I'm just buying them like at Walmart. There's
I do
something,
not buy cards like unless I have to.
no, there's something in the air. I always have them. Like
It
I
is.
have this obsession with greeting cards. I just have a bunch.
That's that's so strange.
I know. And like for holidays
It's
that
handy
anyone,
though.
like Father's Day. I have like a handful of Father's Day ones because like
You have one dad.
I mean exactly. I mean I do I'm I mean
I
to
don't know.
I bought one for Levi's dad at one point and then
Yeah, fair
I forget
enough.
what happened and like we ended up giving him a different card or something. And then
You just went and bought a new one.
I still have that one and it's actually funny. Maybe I just don't want to get rid of it. I don't know. But that
Just
was
holding on to brand new cards.
yeah. And
All right
then
then. Anyways,
everybody forgot a meal time. 100%
oh yes.
everybody. Or
I
like,
didn't think of that as like I don't know why I don't think of that as like a parenting fail
yeah,
by any means. It's just like, you know what? If the kids aren't being like, I'm hungry, then they're good, right?
yeah.
Like if I forgot that it's lunchtime and it's like 3 o'clock and they weren't complaining
Well,
that they're
then you just have a
starving,
late lunch.
like they've probably snacked a lot. Like kids like are constantly
Yeah.
snacking.
I definitely think of this more like in terms of forgetting, and it would be a bad thing to forget, would be like them going to school the next day. And
Oh,
I remember as a kid, like we had pizza days and things like that. And my mom would always forget that it was pizza day. So I never had change. I would never get pizza. And
yes,
then all
yes.
my friends had pizza, and I'm like, oh, I just have this stinky sandwich. And then, or just packing a lunch in general, and then you're scrambling the next day, like trying to put together a meal that makes sense for
Oh
them.
yeah, that is totally okay. I never thought of it that way, like lunches like to go, like or
Mm-hmm.
like if you're going somewhere. For sure, I can see that happening a lot, especially with multiple kids. Like
Yeah.
or you're just scrambling in the morning and it doesn't get put into the bag or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, yes, also missing out on like those special days because you forgot parents forgot to put the change in or they just didn't
Yeah.
buy it for you and you're
Or
like
like
I
you
don't
would
want my sandwich today.
yeah, you'd get like an order form and they do like a sub day or
Yeah.
like whatever day and you'd have this order form and your mom would never fill it out, never give you the monies and you're like, "Okay.
Please, please, mom, I just want some chocolate milk.
Oh, yeah, oh, chocolate milk day." I always ended up
Yeah,
getting
I
those for
think
free.
did you? Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
cuz I would help them bring the cartons in, like the big like
Oh,
so I would always volunteer and then they'd give me a chocolate milk. And I'm like, "Well,
oh, it's payment.
uh-huh."
Here you go.
Actually,
That's how they pay children to do the work. Here's a milk.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was reading Levi's old report cards from when he was a little boy, and he had a very similar personality, I think, because he would help with like the hot dog days just so he could get the hot dog first. Um,
I want a hot dog.
so he would offer his services and was such a helpful kid, but it was all for getting a hot dog first.
Okay, I know this is like it's not off topic, but it's kind of weird. How were your guys' hot dogs like wrapped up like and brought to you?
Yeah,
on hot dog day.
they were in like a foil wrap thing.
Okay, mine were literally in like a paper towel. Like a
Oh.
napkin, like a hand
Oh.
napkin, and like here it's all soggy, like not
Yeah,
soggy,
that'd
but
be
it's like
like a wet napkin.
warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like wet a little. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
ours came. Like
No.
not even completely covered. So it's like half cold by the time you get it.
No, ours came
Like,
in
okay,
like a tinfoil sleeve that you get at like the carnival.
you went to a fancy school, huh?
my whole life, my whole life, I went to big schools, so that could be why.
Uh, yeah, ours was very small, like very small. I think there was like two classes of each grade kind of thing.
Two full classes.
Not usually. I went to a French immersion school, like in
Uh huh.
public school. So it was like one was French and one was English. The English usually had like 10 to 13 kids in it.
Oh,
The other one, the
very
French
small.
immersion, because I was in both. I was in English and French. So when I was in French, I had like a full class. Like it was like 30, 40 kids. Then I went to English and it was like 13 of us. So,
When you say like
but it was like
two classes of each, you're saying like one English, one French.
yes, yes.
Oh, okay, so it was
Of
like
that grade. Yeah.
30 here, 15
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
Ours were like you had at least two of each. It was full English, but you had at least like two of each grade. So like 30, 30. And then you had a split class sometimes as well on top
Mhm.
of that. So you had like
Okay.
grade three, and then a grade three, four split.
Okay. Yeah, some of our English a lot of our English classes were split as well just because there wasn't a lot of kids. And
Yeah.
like our schools were like area wise, so like
Mm.
if you lived in that area, that's the school you went to.
Yeah.
It
Us,
wasn't like here where you get to pick
yeah. Us
more so
too.
your
It
school.
was area as well as like pick between public and Catholic.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mine was a Catholic school, and then it was the feeder school to the high school I went to.
Yeah, I went to a middle school and then to a high school.
Okay, yeah. So
Anyways,
it was a
off
big class.
topic.
I guess the other thing is like an elementary school that is public school because you have middle school. So your elementary school
Yeah.
went up to what, grade six?
It went up to grade 6 for English and then went up to grade 8 for French.
Oh, okay. Ours went up to grade eight, so that's also why it was probably bigger. That gives us like
Yeah,
an extra.
our middle school was like all the schools in our town came together for 7, 8, other than the French immersion
Gotcha.
or Catholic. And then so all the public schools came together and then they went off to the other high schools. It's like 7, 8, like what a weird age to just like all group together. Imagine being a teacher. I don't good for you teachers
Oh,
being 7, 8.
yeah.
Like just like the changes in your body and like everything, like just
I can't
all together
imagine.
in like one big building. Oh, I felt for those teachers.
That would be my
Well,
least.
I do now. I didn't at the
Yeah,
time, but
that would be my least favorite grade, probably.
yeah. So parenting fails.
Yeah. So then we had
um,
some shared with us just their most memorable. So these are actually quite funny. I love it. And then I love like everyone uses emojis, and then it just kills me. So one December, I zoned out playing a video game to zone back into my toddler opening his Christmas presents next to me before Christmas. And before Christmas. And then he was super excited, showing me the gift he opened, and I realized what happened, and I laughed it off, let him keep it open, and turned the game off. And then it's the face palm emoji. I honestly love that.
oh
Like,
my god.
I guess I have so many questions. You know what I mean? Like, and more questions that only the child can answer. Do you know what I
What do
mean?
you mean? Like what are your questions?
Like
Like
obviously
why?
they'll never answer me, but it's like when you went to open that gift, was it a thought of like this gift is from Santa? Because if they're a toddler, like they probably hear about Santa. So then do they have that in their head when they're opening it, or are they just like forget that Christmas is coming? So it's like, oh, it's just a present, has nothing to do with Christmas. Like
I'm
from a
gonna
kid's
go off
perspective.
of I don't obviously have the kids' perspective, but I have like Abby who just sees presents and they're hers, so she just opens them. Like I wrapped presents for other people this year and she was just on constantly opening them. So I would have to rewrap them
So it had nothing to do
because
with
they
like the
she just sees a
holiday.
I think it's just a present and that is mine and you open presents.
I
Like they're
love
just
that.
learning about like if you see a present, you open it. Like that's what it is. Like they don't
Uh,
understand that it's for someone else yet, or like you have to wait. Like they don't
mm,
understand that. It's just like present here, open.
ah.
Like
So
her birthday's right before Christmas, so we were just constantly like for like 2 weeks opening presents like daily. So like she just got in the habit like
oh
that.
boy.
Oh, it's a present. I open it. It's for me. But
I don't know how you
yeah,
did that.
that's I didn't have a choice.
I'd be like, no, no more gifts. I'm
It's
not
just because
opening any more
people,
gifts.
well, with COVID, we couldn't have like a party, right? So people
Yeah,
would just bring over a present when they could and drop it off. So then she would open it.
right.
So it wasn't like all at once, like it would normally would be. So they would have to drop it off. She would open it. Like they would, like we had people like standing outside,
Oh,
like
and they
looking
want to
through the
watch
window
her
while
open
she
it.
opened it. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
I was
we
gonna
we
say,
did
I
that a
guess
couple.
like you could just have a huge bin going and like throwing all the gifts in a bin. But if people want to see her open it,
Yeah. So it was tough, but we'll work through that.
oh, she
But yeah, that's
didn't.
what I think probably happened for your questions, if that answers any of them from a child's point.
Yeah,
But I
that
love
helps.
that.
That helps because it does make
Yeah.
me think like, yeah, they definitely are just opening for the present experience. Has nothing to do with like the holiday. Because that's
Yeah.
kind of like,
And
yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense.
yeah, it's just fun to open things.
So much pressure. I hate opening presents.
I hate it when it's like in front of people and they're like waiting. Like if
Hmm.
it's in like I don't mind Christmas because I feel like everyone's doing it and stuff like that. But when everyone's
Hmm.
like staring at you, like, ooh, what do you got? What's
Yeah,
this? I don't
yeah,
like that
yeah.
either.
And also like,
It's just like singing happy birthday to people. No
yes,
one likes it.
no. And when you're an adult opening gifts in front of people, and say there's like gifts from more than like one person, you're just like opening gifts. My thing is always like, do you announce who the gift is from? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you like read the card out loud? Do you like, you know what I
Yeah, like,
mean?
what do
It's
you want me to
harder
do here?
because when they're like a kid, you're like, oh, this one's from Auntie. And then they like open it, and then you're like, say thank you. And then they're like, thank
Yeah.
you, like whatever. And you have like the dialogue for them. But as an adult, no one's
Yeah.
walking you through that. So you're just like, okay, I'll open this one now.
Yeah. I feel
Okay.
like it is hard. Yeah. Like you open it and like you read the card, but it's just like everyone's watching you read the card. So like
Reading in
I
private.
don't know. I feel like I just skim it quickly
Mm-hmm.
and then like go like, okay, thanks.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for that. Can anyone clarify
Yeah. What are
if
the
there are
what's
adult
the
rules to opening presents?
etiquette for opening presents
Yeah.
as an adult?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now.
Mm-hmm. Because I know
I
like,
think as long as you say thank you and you like genuinely mean it, I guess, then
well, you know how
that's good.
have you ever heard of like people who say you have like a wedding and then you bring gifts to the wedding and then they throw like a party after the wedding to open all the gifts at,
Yes.
and then you can
Yes.
like come and attend that and watch them like open all the gifts.
Yeah. I like is that called something?
I don't, well, some people do it at the bridal shower, I think,
Okay, that's
which
what I
is
was going to say.
before the
Like,
wedding.
why is I don't I've never had a wedding, so I don't get the bridal shower. So
Okay.
like do you bring just the presents to the bridal shower, but then why don't the guys get to come?
No.
And
So,
then
no, a bridal shower is completely different.
and then you so if you bring a present to the bridal shower, do you also bring it one to the wedding or is it just like you're just doing it before? I'm
Um,
confused.
so I think like historically, a bridal shower was meant to prepare a woman for like her post-marriage home. So
Okay. Okay.
now bridal shower is just like mimosas and all your girlfriends, and then like your husband or future husband pops in and gives like all the mothers and then the wife or his almost wife like flowers, and that's his like only appearance, and then he
Oh.
dips. That's like traditional. He's supposed to like make an
Oh,
appearance,
okay.
bring the women flowers, and then get the heck out of there. Or he can stay for like gift opening. That's fine. But the gifts at the bridal
Okay.
shower are all the gifts that you would give um, the the bride and groom to like prepare their home. So like
Okay.
I guess like a bridal shower doesn't necessarily make sense for like today, but people do it just as like a way to like spend time, have that attention on them if they like it, like that kind
It's
of
like a
thing.
fancy bachelorette party.
Kind of, yeah. It's like on top of the bachelorette, we're also gonna have brunch.
We're also going to be fancy.
Yeah. So like that's this will be a great topic, honestly. But this like
I don't know anything. Like, I don't
but
know rules. Like,
but yeah, so you would
I
like
always questioned that though.
yeah, so like gift
I don't
cards,
get it.
money, toasters, like whatever you were gonna gift
Yeah.
them, you would just bring to the bridal shower. But some people
And if
don't
you
have
can't make the bridal shower, then you go do it to the wedding
you
kind
just
of
bring
thing.
it to the wedding, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But some people don't have bridal showers because again, like it's kind of an older like
Yeah.
tradition,
They don't
and
need it kind of.
it implies that you don't have like a matrimonial home, which a
Mm,
lot of people are already like living together. So,
yeah.
like in our case, we have everything
Yeah.
because
So I don't need a new toaster.
we've been living together for years. So, like for someone
Yeah.
to bring me a toaster is like, well, I guess I
Thank
can
you.
upgrade, but thank you. Like,
Yeah. I
you
didn't
know,
need to, but I will.
so it's just
Yeah.
like for I wouldn't have one because it's just not necessary unless I was just having one solely like don't bring anything, but just come get have a drink or whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, just as a get together, or maybe you could even like if you would prefer that, like an afternoon or like a brunch, you could do like a bridal shower in lieu of a bachelorette party too. Like that's
Oh no.
I would see that being appropriate. Like if you don't really
Want to do it that way? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
like if
I
you don't
can
want to
see
have a
that too.
bachelorette,
Or do it like combined somehow.
yeah, combine it. But yeah, I think um
Okay. I never really just understood like the
the gift
purpose, I think,
giving,
of it, but that makes sense. Yeah, because
yeah,
I'm just like, do I do both gifts? Because I've been in a lot of weddings, but I've never been able to go to like the bridal shower as well, because like
hmm
just distance and whatever. But like I'd never understood like, do I do it to both? Do I send you a gift to your bridal shower? And I think that's where people get confused
yes,
nowadays, because it's like, how many gifts do I get you for their
yes,
wedding? How
and a
many
lot of
pre-parties are there for this wedding?
yes, and so a lot of people that go to a bridal shower, they won't bring the gift that's meant for the wedding, but maybe they'll bring something that's like just for the bride.
Her or okay.
Some people do it that way now too, where like it's just like a
Okay.
small little something, like a joke gift between like the friends or like
Mm,
whatever.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you guys do in Hamilton Jack and Jill's?
Yeah, we called them
Buck and
stag and
Doe's
doe. Yeah.
Stag and Doe? Okay,
Stag
yeah,
and
we called
doe.
them Jack and Jills.
Yeah.
I
I know
miss
them as
those
Jack
here.
and Jill's too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, this is a funny thing. Like we had a conversation about that because I was like, "Oh yeah, would you ever have a stag and doe?" And Levi just like looked at me like,
I
"What?
know people
What?"
look at you like you're
Well,
crazy.
and that's just it. So I mean to say this as frankly as I possibly can. I think where you and I are from, they're normal because they're meant to like raise money for the wedding.
Yeah.
And I think that here maybe there's already money and we don't need to raise it.
Yeah, fair enough. But like I mean like I need to raise money to have a wedding, so I would love to do it. And they're just so fun.
They are.
Like
I
that's
know.
like honestly like I loved going to like even like it'd be like a random friend's friend and we'd be like, let's all go.
Yeah.
And
And
like
if
they don't care because
yeah.
it's like here's some extra money.
And if you're listening and you don't know what that is, it's basically
Oh
just
yeah.
both the bride and the groom invite everybody, like anybody and everybody. They don't have to be people who are coming to the wedding. It can be anyone. You buy a ticket
Anyone.
to attend, There's like usually raffle prizes that the bride and groom and like all the bridal party people will donate.
Party purchase. Yeah.
And then you can buy them once you're there for like tickets for the raffle, and that'll go towards the bride and groom. And then there's drinks, obviously, like bars, so you can buy all that goes towards the bride and groom for their wedding. And yeah, it's really fun. It's
And
just
games,
basically,
games and games and games.
yeah, it's just another party on top of all the other parties.
Yeah. See, I feel like I'd rather like a Jack and Jill than like a bridal party or
A bridal
whatever
shower or
that is.
something.
The bridal
Yeah.
shower. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but
Just
I
because
feel
it's
like
more fun and it involves everyone.
yeah, but it also involves anyone because like
That's true.
you can sell your tickets like Stag and Dough. You basically give it to your bridal party to sell, and they could sell it to
Sell.
the general public.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter who get like. So I mean, that
No.
part to me is
But
kind of
is,
like
yeah, that is strange, I guess. But, well, with COVID, you can't really do it anyways.
no,
But
you could have a virtual
I know a lot of people
thing.
actually still are. They're doing like online raffles and
I've seen that.
still selling tickets and stuff like that
Yeah,
back home. So,
not terrible, but
no. Anyways,
anyway. So
got off
gift
topic. I
giving,
feel,
yeah,
feel
a
like
little
every
bit.
off topic is my fault here today.
It's okay. You've got a busy
It's okay.
brain today. We're good. Fine.
I just got a lot of
We've got a
questions.
lot to say. So I have another story here.
Okay.
So my daughter got reusable freezy makers as a gift, and we filled some up with juice. As the fun mom that I am, I made myself some adult, aka wine freezies as well. Separate them in the freezer and told the hubby. Days or weeks later, I'm out shopping, and hubby is watching our daughter. She gets freezies if she gets an owie. Oh. So she got an owie. Did she purposely get owies? That's my question. Hubby forgot they were wine freezies, handed it to her, and her reaction was gross and handed it back. Thank God. Okay. That's actually hilarious. As a kid, I have drank so much alcohol unknowingly. So this is really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it's not even like it was my parents' fault because my dad like poured himself a whiskey and coke and like left it on the counter. And
And you would just drink it.
I just thought it
You're
was
like, go
coke.
pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought it was a coke because I saw the bubbles and I like forget where I was coming from, but I was really thirsty, like parched, and I like ran into the kitchen, saw this glass of coke, didn't even think about it, and chugged it. Like chugged it back so that like it was gone. It was just like like before I could even taste it, it was gone.
Oh, yeah.
And then I tasted it like after I stopped, and I was like, oh my! Instantly in the sink. Like, what was that?
So
Yeah,
gross.
my dad's
Yeah,
just
I think that happens a
laughing.
lot.
Yeah, I think
Like
it's
you just setting
funny.
something out. You don't think of it, right?
No, no.
And I think like there was like that miscommunication or just like not paying attention,
Hmm.
forgetting like, oh, this is mommy's freezies.
Yeah.
These are kids' freezies.
Well, I mean, it could happen because now they
Oh
sell
yeah.
those. Excuse me, those vodka freezies or whatever they are,
Mm. Yes.
and they just are bright
Yeah, you gotta
very
like
like.
really,
You better have like a separate
yeah, real.
freezer if you're getting all those vodkas. Like I feel like a homemade freezy, like I mean it could be really strong, but you made it.
Yeah.
So it's safe and you know what's in it.
At least you, yeah, exactly. And
And
do you know
like
what? The child handed it back.
yeah. And at least it's just
So
and it was wine. Like it's I mean,
it's just a little wine.
like
French
I know.
people do it, right?
Exactly. And I know like
France, they drink
being
it.
little, my parents used to like soak my soother um in like well, either something really hard or other alcohols, but it was to help with my
Yes.
teething.
Yeah.
Um,
My parents, I'm going to call them out. They would rub whiskey on my gums,
hmm
which I'm sure a lot of parents did, but now I really like whiskey. So
mm.
like, I don't know.
I mean,
Correlation, I'm not sure.
I really liked whiskey until I drank too much of it.
Ah, fair
So,
enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
that could have been me too, but they also gave it to me when they needed me to like fall asleep better. So. But
I have
again,
a
like,
story from my mom too.
oh yeah, go. Do tell.
Yeah? Okay. So it's about my sister.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to say her name. My sister was about 2 to 3 years old, was riding around the house on her tricycle. Then all of a sudden, we hear thudding down the basement stairs. So we had like 100 and some year old house. So like the basement is just like the stairs are like these old, like thick wood pieces.
Mhm.
And then it's just cement walls, cement floor. So like you go down the stairs and
Mhm.
then just cement wall.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so she goes thudding. They just hear thudding down the basement stairs. And so they get down there and she was totally fine. So they were panicked.
Mhm.
They get down there. She was fine. Probably would have done it again. So she just got up and was like, let's do it again. I think it's because we didn't scream, making her tense up. Then I think she may have been hurt. um,
Oh.
I remember them telling me that story all the time. Like she was just like, I just picture her like just right into that cement wall. Like if you
What
could
was she
see it, it
riding
was
on?
a tricycle. She was like 2 or 3, so
She
just like
didn't
down
flip
these
over?
stairs. No, like very skilled driver,
Yeah. She must have really
right?
had her like lean on.
I don't know. I have no idea. Would have been a
You'd have to
baby.
lean back pretty well, like to not flip,
Yeah,
I think. Wow, good for
yeah.
her.
And then her other story, another lack of supervision story.
Great.
Um, Me and my sister were upstairs playing. Then it got really quiet. She yelled up to see what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
My sister answers that she's teaching me how to skate. So my mom just didn't think anything of it for a few
Mm-hmm.
more minutes, then thought, I better go check. So
Mm-hmm.
she gets to the top of the stairs. The stairs there are is just baby powder all over the hallway into our rooms, like just completely covered.
Oh
And
my.
we both had on our socks and we were skating down the hall.
Oh
She's
my
like, it was such a
goodness.
mess, such a mess. The powder lasted for months in like old hardwood floors, but we were very happy.
Oh my.
So,
Were you using the baby powder as like the skating?
yes, my sister was teaching me how to skate, so she covered it in baby powder, and then we were skating in our socks all
Did it
along.
help to like put the baby powder
I
down?
don't remember it. I probably not,
Because I was gonna say like your sister's
but
really smart. Like
it might have helped to make it
first
slipperier, but I don't. It was probably just more like snow.
first the lean on the trike, then she's got the friction with the baby powder. Cause you know how like baby powder you put it on when you're like chafing or like for
Yeah,
friction.
that's probably not was her thought. I'm guessing she was probably like, "Ooh, snow,
Okay, but
ice,
I'm just painting her to be this genius.
genius," like 5-year-old or however old we were. Yeah, because I was not very old. Like I
Pass
have no
on
recollection of
pass
this.
on the message. You can tell her I think she's a genius.
I will.
I
She
definitely
listens in, so I'll tell her to listen.
she knew she knew what she was doing.
She's, oh, it's the friction causing it. This is why I will put this down, says the 5-year-old.
Yeah, and then she's
Like, I
like,
mean, like, it's quite possible.
yeah, and then she's like, put
But
on your full polyester socks. It'll work the best. Reading the label. Can only wear the
anyways, those are my
polyester socks. I love it.
do not do cotton.
No, cotton. We'll get too balled up. We gotta use our polyester
Yeah.
socks. I think I have two more. Two more?
Okay.
Three more? Oh yeah.
Oh wow, we got lots of
Three little
response.
okay, so there's two
People
more
love
like
I'm glad people like calling out their mistakes or their
yeah.
fails
Yeah. I think
because
it's just
it's
fun
so
for
fun.
people. Yeah, it's therapeutic because then
It
you're like,
is.
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
So this one made me laugh. And I actually maybe you can tell me what this means too, because
Oh,
I thought I knew, but maybe I don't.
okay.
After a night of little sleep, I fed my baby Vicks Vapo Liquid instead of grape water. Grape water.
Okay.
So
Grape water?
grape water. Is Vicks Vapo Liquid the liquid that you put inside of a dehumidifier or a humidifier machine?
I would think so. I don't know. I've never used that stuff, but
Either
it
way, it
sounds
doesn't
like it
sound like
would
it's
be.
supposed
Because
to
like I
be.
put like Vicks like Vapo Rub on like my
Yeah,
chest or on her chest or
yeah.
something.
So like
I've never
Vicks
heard of liquid.
Vapo Liquid. I don't know if it's supposed to be drinkable for adults only, maybe, and then there's also the liquid that
Oh,
you can put into
okay.
the
I'm gonna Google it really
yeah
fast because I don't know. Okay, Vicks Vapo what?
liquid. It says
Liquid.
Vicks Vapo Liquid.
Okay, here. It says medication.
So it might be like an adult only, probably.
I'm guessing so.
That is
All right, let's
hilarious.
see.
Kind of what I thought, and then I thought it could also be the dehumidifier liquid.
This is what it looks like. Vapo Steam cough suppressant for use in hot steaming vaporizers.
Oh yeah, okay, that's
Oh,
what I
that's
thought.
Vapo Steam. Hold on.
Oh,
That might be a different one. How do you use Vicks Vapo Liquid? Okay, nope, you are right. It goes in a humidifier.
it's a humidifier. Okay, that's what I thought. That
Okay, let me see
is
if it says
hilarious.
medicine.
You know what though?
Medicated liquid. That like it totally is possible.
I don't know that I would
I can see
even.
you getting confused. Like I have had so many like countless like sleepless nights
Hmm.
where you don't know. It's in the middle of the night. You are just going in blind, like to me, literally blind because I don't put on my glasses. So I'm just guessing at that point.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I feel you, mama.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it goes into Vicks. Yeah, yeah, it goes into steam. Good job. I love that. I love it.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
It happens.
You
Do you know
knocked out.
what? As long as the kid was okay,
Yeah. You knocked out the middleman. The
yeah, like just
steamer.
going, who needs the
Straight to the
steamer?
kid.
Did it work?
That's the question. Did it work?
That is the question.
And was your child okay?
But we will not say to use that.
Obviously, your child must have been fine, or else you wouldn't have shared that. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Yes,
the
totally.
other little short one we got here was, and this was like so this is their parents. So, like your parents
Okay.
failing.
Okay.
My
Yep.
mom didn't believe my arm was broken and made me haul and stack wood all weekend.
Oh.
That is devastating.
Ow.
I've never like broken full on a bone, but
No, me neither.
I've hurt myself bad, like on a volleyball and or was it a basketball? And I thought I had broken my finger, but the way my parents are similar to your mom, um, they wouldn't believe me, nor would they care to take me to the doctor, probably because they'd be
No.
like, "You're fine." So I ended up just going into the school and grabbing a popsicle stick and taping my fingers together.
I just did it myself.
And then I just, well, it's all you can do anyway when your fingers
Yeah.
break. So I think it was like that for like a week and a half, and I couldn't really like move my finger. So it was probably definitely broken, but I'll never know. I can never confirm that. So my broken bone count is still 0
Fair enough.
because I'll never know.
Yeah, I've never broken a bone either, but my parents would have probably been the same. And like unless it's like a known like break, like they see it, they know it for
Mm-hmm.
sure. They're like, "Can you walk?" It's like, "Yeah, I can walk." It's like, "Well, then you're fine." Like
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah. Like, is your
Can
bone
you move
sticking
it
out?
like this?
Yeah. Is your bone
Yeah,
sticking out
can
of
you
your
move it?
leg?
Yeah, it's like I can move it, but it hurts a lot. Like
Yeah.
probably not normal,
Mm-mm.
but
And then
yeah.
the last story I got, so we had a lot for this one, but
Yeah.
the last one, my mom wanted me to try barrel racing. Sorry, my mom wanted me to try barrel racing her horse. Apparently, she didn't tighten the saddle hardly at all. So when I took the first barrel, the saddle rolled right under the horse and I hit the dirt. I ended up having a hairline fracture. We didn't find out about until 4 months later because she didn't take me to the doctor. There was no constant pain, but opening a door with that hand hurt. And this was back in the board shorts for girls days and pulling the Velcro fly open and your board shorts would hurt. to,
That's the best part of that story. I forgot about those.
to be fair, I told her I'd be fine. The only reason I ended up at the doctor is because I fell figure skating and hurt it again. My doctor was like, it's not broken now, but you have an old, almost healed break.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yep.
But I guess hairline ones can sneak by people.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Oh,
like very hard to. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
oh,
I know.
yeah,
I
no
know so
thanks.
many
I
stories
don't know.
like that though.
That people just didn't know
Yeah, like they broke something
that
and it
is
was
broken.
like, yeah, like and it'd be like in a spot that you're kind of like it might be broken, but like how would I even
Mm.
go about getting that fixed in a way?
Yeah.
Like I know my dad woke up in the middle of the night once and he stubbed his foot on the dresser, like hard, just like smashed the front of his foot into the dresser. And he didn't go to the doctor or anything, and then it like hurt him to walk on it and stuff, but he kind of just like whatever ignored it.
Brushed it
And
off.
then after like a month of just like brushing it off, he finally went to the doctor because he's like, it does hurt, like I should just probably go have it looked at. And the doctor's like, well, it's broken like in multiple spots, but it's healing, or at least trying to heal. But every time my dad would walk, the bones like separate, right? So he's like, it's fixing itself, but like
Try not.
not the way, like it really at that point should have been rebroken and casted, but
Ah.
it was so far along that my dad was like, just leave it and like it'll heal.
Brandon Brandon had done kind of the same thing, but to his finger. He had broken it, and it was like sideways his pinky. And I'm like, that's broken. Like he's like, it hurts so bad. Like all time, would never go to a doctor. So like it's literally like sideways. I can't even do it. And I'm just like, that's not normal because he'd put them up and
No.
like one's bent. That's not a normal thing. Yeah, like just sideways. Anyways, and then I'm like, okay. He grabbed Stella one day when she was trying to run, and it like re-broke. So then I wrapped it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's healed properly now.
There
So
you
like
go.
it worked out in our own way, but like he should have went to the doctor the first time.
I was just checking all my fingers as you were saying that to make sure I
None
don't
are
have any
sideways.
crazy sideways ones, but
Yeah.
they're
Like I
all
got little curves, but I feel like
they're all
that's just
pretty
normal.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this one was like you looked at it and I'm like, that's not a normal
No,
finger. I'm like, your other one doesn't do that.
no.
Yeah. Men are stubborn.
Yes, they are, and they're if I mean, some people have really high pain tolerance too, so it's like,
That's
well, I'm
true.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in that camp, like I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. It'll work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're all stubborn.
Yeah, I honestly
True.
love reading all those. I think it's hilarious. Like, thank you everyone for comfortably calling yourself out.
I love it too. Do you know what? It's so good though. Like it makes other parents feel like, okay, I'm not the only one like messing up.
Yep. So yeah, continue dropping your kids. Continue leaving them places. You're not alone.
If it
You
happens, like I mean not on purpose. Like don't do them on purpose. But if you do it by accident, please share with us. I
yeah,
would love to read more.
just keep it in your story bank. It's also funny to like tell your kids those stories,
It is. It really
especially
is.
yeah, especially when they're like, not being the most well behaved.
Yes.
And
Like, do you want me to leave you at Walmart again, Allie?
yeah, yeah. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Do you want to read books for 6 hours again?
Yeah.
Do you want to read all the Bearstein Bears books?
You're gonna run out.
Yeah, I
Then
think
what?
I think I read all of them that day.
This is great.
Yep.
I would like
And
to hear your parents' perspective, your dad's perspective on
he's
this. I want
probably
I
like,
want to know what he was doing. Like, what was he up
honestly,
to?
and you know what? This is not surprising because we lose my dad in every store we go. Even to
Oh,
this day. Like he just disappears, his brain's somewhere else. He forgets he came with other people because he's busy. He's just like, I need this, this, this. He's like following
yeah.
a list or whatever. So it's like the funniest thing when I'm on the phone with my mom and then she'll be like waiting in the car and she'll call me and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the Canadian Tire parking lot," and I'm like, "Ah, so you'll be there for another hour yet? You think?" Like, yeah, probably. Probably
Yep.
already forgot that I'm here.
I
Just
do
how
that
it
with
is.
my dogs. I forget I bring them in the car and I'm like grocery shopping. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I
I've done
gotta
that
go.
too. I've done that too, for sure.
But yeah,
That's not uncommon, I think.
that's why I won't leave my kid in the car because I would forget.
Yeah, you're like an hour into your grocery shop thinking you're taking your time, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah,
wait, I gotta go.
I gotta leave. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's any other topics that anyone, like if you're listening and you think of something that you think would be really fun to talk about, I mean, I think I really want to get um on the topic of like the parties and gift giving and like accepting gifts and how
Mm,
people feel about that, because like I
I'm
want to
kind of,
know, like I'm interested, like
and
how
like even
you,
like birthday parties and
yeah,
for kids and stuff like
yep,
that.
yep. What's your thing about birthdays? Maybe we can explore that and see what kind of feedback we get.
Yeah,
But yeah, thank you guys so much for submitting all your stories. It was really funny and
I really
fun
enjoyed
to
that.
read. Yeah. And until next time, we will see you soon.